Defiant Disorder is a behavioral disorder characterized by disobedient and defiant behavior, including severe tantrums and manipulation. Top 5 tips to manage ODD. Create a healthy, structured environment. Set non-negotiable house rules and enforcement through consequences. Use a calm voice. Don't engage in back-and-forth arguments. If your child successfully controls their behavior, celebrate it. Let them know you appreciate the extra effort. Bring Balance helps children who struggle through our personalized integrated program.
And welcome to Counsel of the Day with Shanrae. And I am Shanrae. And we are here on the month of November. Good evening, my Facebook family, Instagram family, TikTok family, YouTube family. Hey, Sheila. Hey, Shay. Hey, Ladybug. How y'all doing? Tonight, this month, I'm going to be talking about ODD, otherwise known as Oppositional Defiant Disorder. Before we get started, let me go on and let me add my webpage disclaimer. We're going to get started with that. Give me one moment. And it looks like I don't see it. So I'm going to read it myself. Okay. And this is a 30-minute segment. It's open. So if you have any questions, you can ask them. If you have any life experiences that you don't mind sharing, I will highlight those. And then we will go from there. This month, we are going to have Pastor Kibwe Owens back, and he's going to be doing some inspirational moments. I did not get a chance to get to him today, so he'll probably will be on Thursday night. Okay. Please be aware that due to the nature of the technology that I'm using, that there can be no assurance of confidentiality when using this online service. It should also be noted that due to changes in policies, that all replies are to be used as advisory and informational only, and it will not constitute an official determination. Information that's provided by myself are subject to the limitations of current and available material, but the final responsibility for successfully achieving a goal rests with you, the individual. Information online is designed to be helpful. However, this information does change frequently. It is recommended that you consult another physician, another specialist, or another religious leader to aid you in your overall behavioral wellness. All right, so this month, again, Tuesdays and Thursday evenings at 9 p.m. from 9 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. We will be talking on the topic and giving strategies on ODD, otherwise known as Oppositional Defiant Disorder, which is a big disorder that is really plaguing our children, our youth. And it is a real disorder. It's not fake. It's not made up. It is a real disorder that has been discovered or uncovered. And there are strategies, and there is medicinal help, therapeutical help for those that are experiencing these things. Okay, so we're going to move into this. Excuse me, I'm working different platforms. What is that? Linda said, yes, love you, your talent, your voice. Oh, thank you. She says she's a fan. 90 errors, love you. Oh, God bless you too, Linda. That is so sweet. God bless you too. I'm gonna go on here on my Facebook page. Here we go. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find it so I can comment to my Facebook viewers. Okay, I'm a little bit behind with this, but here we go. All right. Let me turn. I'm sorry. All right, here we go. So let's move this on. Y'all know that I am a Christian counselor. I do not push my Christian belief on anyone, but I am a Christian counselor, and that's where my specialty when it comes to consultation and therapy is CBT, or cognitive behavioral therapy, and I base my theories, and I base my research on ethics ethics and integrity. Okay, the ethic theory. All right, so let's move this along. The scripture that I have utilized and will be utilizing, I'm just sticking with this scripture because it really fits everything. And it comes from Deuteronomy 31:6. And I'm going to speak from the NIV version. It says to be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them or whatever you're experiencing. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you, nor will he forsake you. Key points for tonight. Let me open this up a little bit, and then I'm going to go back to where it was. So we're going to be talking about ODD, the introduction and the overview of ODD, symptoms, causes, risk factors, complications, preventions, our takeaway, and then our quote. So let's move this along because this 30 minutes is going to come and go very quickly. So let's start with what is oppositional defiant disorder, but otherwise known as ODD. Okay, all right, not DB, the rapper, the late great rapper ODB. We're talking about ODD. And ODB, he actually displayed some tendencies of ODD, but he was still a talented soul when he was alive. All right, so let's move this on. The overview. The overview says even the best behaved children can be difficult and challenging at times. But oppositional defiant disorder, or ODD, includes a frequent and ongoing pattern of anger, irritability, arguing, and defiance towards parents and other authority figures. So ODD also includes being spiteful and seeking revenge, a behavior called vindictiveness. And these emotional and behavioral issues cause serious problems within the family or a family's life, their social activities, school, and work. But as a parent, even a teacher, or a family member who is close to someone that's experiencing ODD, you don't have to try to manage a child with ODD alone. Your healthcare provider, a mental health care professional, and a child development expert is there to help you if you will allow them to help you guys. All right. And let me look in here and see. All right. So treatment of ODD involves learning skills that help build positive family interactions and help to manage problem behaviors or problematic behaviors. So other therapy and possibly medicines may be needed to treat related mental health conditions that may be partnering with ODD. So let's talk about these symptoms again. Let's break these symptoms down once again. Let me turn my comments on in here. For those that, let me turn that on. Okay, there we go. So sometimes, again, it is difficult to recognize the differences between a strong-willed or emotional child and one with ODD or oppositional defiant disorder. It's common for children to show oppositional behavior at certain stages of development. So symptoms of ODD generally begin during preschool years. You know, and a lot of us have seen certain things in the grocery store. You see a small child, 2 years old, 1 year old, 3 years old, cutting up. I mean, cutting up. And we're sitting there looking at the parents like, really? You know, and everything. But this has been a current diagnosis, but a long-term disability. So it's being uncovered. It's been a lot of research going on, and all of the symptoms point to this ODD. All right, so again, sometimes ODD may develop later on in life, but almost always before the early teen years, like 11, 12, 13. Oppositional and defiant behaviors are frequent and ongoing. They cause severe problems within the relationships and social activities, schoolwork, and for both the child and the parents and the family. So emotional and behavioral symptoms of ODD generally last at least 6 months. Okay, they include angry and irritable moods, again, argumentative and defiant behavior, and hurtful and revengeful behavior, vindictive behavior. Okay. Lynn says, girl, in the band, your shy steps on the track someday. Love and see how sweet and gentle you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. So let's break down number one, and let me move my slide over a little bit because I'm steadily going on because this 30 minutes is gonna come and go quick. Let me open this up so y'all can see the different symptoms of ODD. All right, so I hope I gave you enough time to kind of read that. So let's start with number one, angry and irritable mood swings. Okay, so often and easily loses their temper. People with ODD, whether they're diagnosed or undiagnosed, is frequently touchy and easily annoyed by other people, and is often angry and resentful. So that's the one thing, angry and irritable. The second one is argumentative and defiant behavior, okay, which often they argue with adults or people in authority, often actively defies or refuses to follow adults' requests or their rules, often annoys or upsets people on purpose. Okay, and often blames other people for their own mistakes and their own misbehavior. Okay, so that's that argumentative and that defiant behavior. Let me stop. I'm gonna pause right here. I work for a city hall out here in Georgia, in Atlanta, in Georgia. I work for a city hall, one of them. And so this happened about 3-4 weeks ago. And so a police officer, one of the police officers was there. And you know, anybody that knows about going to a city hall, you have to go through metal detectors. You got to go through, surveillance. So they have to make sure you're not bringing any weapons or anything inside of City Hall, any bombs or anything like that. So there was two young girls that were coming into the City Hall, and where I work at the City Hall, you could come and pay your, if you live in that city, you can come pay your bills there, along with taking care of your business, business and all of that. Relations. And so these two young ladies were coming in to pay a bill, apparently. So the officer that was on duty that day, they had to put all of their things from their pockets in the little bin, like you're going through an airport. Same thing going through the city hall. They had to put their purses in there and everything. So the officer stopped one of the young ladies and said, I'm going to give you an opportunity right now to take your belongings to your car. Take it now to the car, because if you pass this threshold, I'm going to arrest you because I see what is inside your purse. The young lady kept sitting there saying, I don't have anything in my purse. There's nothing in my purse. I don't have anything in my purse. The officer said, I'm going to say it one more time. I'm going to allow you to take your pocketbook. And this young lady had to be about 21, 22 years old, something like that. And the officer said, I'm going to allow you to take your pocketbook back to your car, because if you come past here, I'm going to arrest you for what I see you have in your purse. The young lady kept saying, I don't have anything in my purse. I don't know what you're talking about, whatever. And the officer came around and said, I see clearly in your purse what you have. You have illegal contraband in your purse. If you come past this threshold, I'm trying to help you. If you come past this threshold, you're going to be arrested and charged. So while the officer said it the third time, the girl's friend grabbed her purse and ran it to the car and helped save that girl from being arrested. And we sat there, that worked there, we sat there who witnessed it. We were sitting there like, wow. The young lady literally knew she had illegal contraband. And I know that they have made certain, like they made marijuana, they made different drugs legal in certain states, but not here in Georgia. It's not legal here. And so if that is what I don't know what she had in her purse, But I know that the officer kept saying you have illegal contraband in your purse. And if you cross this threshold, I'm going to arrest you and you'll be charged for that. And the young lady, she just kept saying, I don't have anything in my purse. And the police officers saw it there. Her friend saved her from being arrested. And then when the friend came back in, she just pushed the friend out the door and said, I'll just give me the money. I'll pay the bill. Give me the bill. I'll pay the bill, to keep her out of harm's way. And so the more I did research on ODD, I thought about that. And this is some of the symptoms with ODD. She was argumentative. It was clearly defiant. The officer didn't have to give her 3 opportunities to go and take her purse in the car. She could have been arrested on sight for having illegal contraband. So this is a real disorder, guys. ODD, this is real. People are living with this every day. A lot of people are undiagnosed. They don't even realize what they have, what's going on, and that there's actually help out there for them. All right. So the third thing is hurtful and revengeful behavior, where they say mean and hateful things when they're upset. They try to hurt the feelings of other people and seek revenge, also called being vindictive, and have shown vindictive behaviors at least twice in the past 6 months. These are all symptoms of having ODD, or oppositional defiant disorder. Okay, so now let's move into the severity of this disorder. This is a real thing. A lot of us actually have worked with people with this disorder, and we just said, you know what, they just don't have good sense, or they just are not, just unfriendly. And it's not that. They are a lot of them are really undiagnosed and actually have this disorder. So let's talk about the severity of ODD. ODD can be mild, it can be moderate, or it can be severe. You know how we sit there, we used to always say, oh my God, they just don't have no filter at all. No filter. Well, some of these people with no filter actually have undiagnosed ODD. Okay, so let's talk about the mild symptoms of ODD. Symptoms occur only in one setting, such as only at home or at school or at work or with their peers. That's the mild setting of ODD. Let's talk about the moderate one now. Moderate set is some symptoms occur in at least 2 settings, maybe at home and at work, or at home and at school, or at home or at the grocery store. I've actually been in Walmart, and I think I talked about this a few years back. I was in Walmart, and there was this man in front of me. Oh my gosh. Oh, he was either in front of me or behind me. He was in front of me, yeah, because he only had like 1 or 2 items that needed to be cashed out, and he was the cashier was trying to get a better understanding of something he had asked, and she asked again. Very nice young lady. She was a mild-mannered young lady, and she said, "I'm so sorry, sir. I'm sorry. I did not understand you. Can you say that again?" And this man yelled so loud. He yelled so loud. So I was like, well, you know what? I'm out of here. Because he was a time bomb ticking. Seriously. And I was like, you know what? I could get this stuff another time. And the young lady was so shaken up, she walked away from the cash register altogether, and the police actually came. Okay, the police had come, and they had to pull him away from the situation, because the point of his anger, it was really unexplained. It was uncalled for. We didn't understand why he yelled like that. And the young lady was so pleasant. She was like, "I'm so sorry, sir. I'm sorry. I just didn't hear what you said. Can you say that again?" And it was like, wow. It was like terrible, like a time bomb. It was horrible. That man definitely had some serious issues going on, whether it was ODD or if it was something else. Okay, now let's talk about the severity of this. Severe ODD, or oppositional defiant disorder, some symptoms occur in 3 or more settings, and that's considered severe. So that's like almost everywhere you go. You having this type of that means something is not cool. It's not right. So for some children, symptoms may first be seen only at home. But with time, problem behavior also may happen in other settings such as school activities, and with their friends. Okay, so when is it cool? When do you need to go see a doctor? And it says your child isn't likely to see their own behavior as a problem. Well, most people who have a problem don't see the problem that they have. It has to be pointed out, and then they have to acknowledge that it is a problem afterwards. But instead, the child will probably complain about unreasonable demands or blame other people for problems. We see that in adults a lot of the times, where it's never their fault; it's always someone else's fault. There is an undiagnosed, or maybe even something that is diagnosed, and they're just not managing it well. Okay, so if you think that your child may have ODD or other problem behavior, or if you know someone that does, and you're concerned about their ability or to parent or ability to be a friend or something, seek help for them. A psychologist or a child psychologist or an expert that or someone that has expertise in working in this behavior problem. And then ask, if it's a child, ask their pediatrician or other healthcare provider for a referral to a mental health provider. Now, let's break down the causes of this. Let me move this along to the causes. When to see a doctor and the causes. I'm sorry. All right. So the causes. And I was supposed to show another video. Let me pause right here. I'm going to show y'all another video. Give me a minute.
Oppositional Defiant Disorder.
Nope, wrong one. Sorry.
Today's topic is conduct disorder, types, causes, symptoms, diagnosis, and treatment. Conduct disorder is a group of emotional and behavioral problems that arise during adolescence or childhood. People with the condition usually find it difficult to abide by rules and behave in a socially acceptable manner. Their aggressive, destructive, and dishonest activities are often mistaken for delinquency rather than a mental illness. While children with the conduct disorder act tough and appear confident, they are quite insecure and feel threatened by other people. Let's look at conduct disorder in detail. Types. Conduct disorder is categorized into 3 different types depending on the age at which the symptoms initially occur. The 3 types are 1. Childhood onset, which occurs before the age of 10. 2. Adolescent onset, which occurs during the teen years. 3. Unspecified onset, which occurs when the age at which the symptoms appear are unknown. Causes. Genetic and environmental factors are believed to be responsible for conduct disorder. An impaired frontal lobe of the brain can result in poor cognitive skills, and this may be due to genetics or injury. The lack of cognitive ability can be a cause of conduct disorder. Along with this, environmental factors associated with conduct disorder are 1. Child abuse. 2. Growing up in a dysfunctional family. 3. Living in poverty. 4. Growing up with parents who abuse drugs or alcohol. Furthermore, common risk factors associated with the condition are 1. Being male. 2. A family history of conduct disorder. 3. A family history of mental illness. 4. Suffering from other psychotic disorders. 5. Suffering from abuse or neglect. 6. Trauma. Symptoms. The symptoms a child with conduct disorder may exhibit are categorized into aggressive conduct, such as 1. Using weapons. 2. Bullying or intimidating others. 3. Being aggressive with other people or animals. 4. Forcing someone to take part in a sexual activity. Deceitful behavior, such as 1. Stealing. 2. Lying. 3. Forgery. Children will also be destructive and impulsive. Boys with conduct disorder usually exhibit more aggressive and destructive behaviors, while girls typically act deceitful and look to violate rules. Diagnosis. A conduct disorder diagnosis is conducted by a mental health professional who will ask your child some questions and try to assess their behavioral patterns. A child must exhibit a pattern with at least 3 behaviors common with conduct disorder for a diagnosis to be confirmed. A diagnosis also requires the child to have exhibited one of those behaviors in the last 6 months. Treatment. Children with conduct disorder require long-term treatment as it is difficult to correct behavioral patterns. Conduct disorder treatment typically involves giving the child the care they need to deal with the condition. They might be placed in a different home if they are facing abuse or if their environment is responsible for their symptoms. They might be prescribed medication if they also suffer from mental health conditions such as ADHD and depression. Along with this, children with conduct disorder need regular therapy.
Thank you for watching our video. Please do not forget to like and share the video. Also, please subscribe to the channel to stay updated on our latest videos.
Okay, so that to me, I chose this video because it gave a very, very, very good descriptive description of ODD. And there again, I choose to do this to do Counsel of the Day 4 times a year, and I choose 1 month to talk about certain things, different disorders or different things that people are experiencing, and to highlight this because there are so many people out there that may be living with, experiencing it, or are be subject to something that they not sure what it is, and to highlight it and to let people know that there is help out there. Once something is diagnosed or you realize what is going on, that there is help out there, and that a person can become the best version of themselves when they seek the help that they need. Okay, and again, it gave different depictions of how this disorder develops or becomes a problem or an issue within a person. I'm going to skip over because I want to stick to the 30 minutes, and then I'll pick up on Thursday night. But let's talk about the prevention. And I'm going to come back on Thursday night, and then I'm going to go back over the causes and different things of ODD. Okay, so prevention, there's no sure way to prevent oppositional defiant disorder. If you think about the video that you just saw, there are different ways that this disorder becomes a disorder. If you're brought up in a very poor environment, very poor, malnutrition helps bring this onset on with this. If you're brought up in a of course an abusive home, that brings this on. If you're brought up and you unfortunately have mental health issues within the family genetically, then of course that's a factor. So there are different causes for this, but let's talk about the preventions right now. Okay, so again, there's no sure way to prevent this this disorder from happening, but positive parenting and early treatment can help improve behavior and prevent the situation from getting worse. The earlier that ODD can be managed, the better. Remember, this is with anything in life. If you have a mild toothache, if you have a mild sensitivity in a tooth, okay, and if you ignore it and keep ignoring it, it's gonna get worse and worse and worse until it gets to the point that you are in so much pain until you have to go and get treatment for that whatever is causing the pain in your mouth. Whether it's a root, it's a cause of a root or something. So that's with anything in life. If there is something that is offset, and if it's overlooked, if it's you want to act like sweep it up on the rug, you want to act like, oh, it's not there, things get worse in time if it is not addressed and if it's not managed properly, like they said. So treatment can help restore a person's self-esteem, help rebuild a positive relationship between them and their parents, their siblings, their family members, and friends. A person's relationship with others are important in our lifetime. Okay, with children, it's important that they have a good rapport with their teachers and then also with their care providers. And also, people will benefit from early treatment. Okay, so yes, there is something called ODD, otherwise known as Oppositional Defiant Disorder. You all know that I was a teacher's aide for a number of years, some time ago before I retired. And my specialty is I taught the special education middle schoolers, the special education middle schoolers. And so there were a whole lot of diagnoses. ODD was at the beginning stages at that time. Right before I retired, I started learning and hearing about ODD, oppositional defiant disorder. And so it was coming out at that time. And so now they know more about ODD, or oppositional defiant disorder, and also know and have ways to help people that are diagnosed with this so that they can live the best life possible once all of this is managed well. Okay, so let's go to our takeaway. And then Thursday night, we're going to pick up from there. Let's go to our takeaway. Let me open this quickly. All right, and let's close it back. The takeaway for tonight, it says, although it might not be possible to prevent, again, oppositional defiant disorder, recognizing and acting on symptoms when they first appear can minimize distress, and it can also help prevent many problems that are associated with that disorder. Now, let's go to our quote. Y'all know I'm always going to give you a quote, okay? Because I see the glass. I say it every time. I see the glass halfway full. I don't never see the glass halfway empty. I see it halfway full, okay, which means that I can do all things. I can be better if you want to be better. R. Kelly wrote the song, and I keep saying it years ago, I Believe I Can Fly. We grew up, those of us that are 50 and over, we grew up reading the book, The Little Engine That Could. I think I can. I know I can. I know I can. So I see things, the glass halfway full. Yes, there may be something that may be malfunctioning or a little off keter, or whatever you want to call it. But once it's diagnosed and it's recognized, you can get back to being the best version of you. All right, so our quote for tonight is, all right, and I'm going to say it now. It says, out of difficulties, miracles grow. I'm sorry, let me say that again. Out of difficulties grow miracles. Out of difficulties grow miracles. And that's by Jean de la Bruyere. And I said his name wrong. Out of difficulties grow miracles. Okay, so as Beyonce sang in her song, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. You're gonna make some lemonade. All right, so let's move this on. This is for my fellow theorists and fellow degree counselors and licensed counselors. This is where I got my research and my theory and my studies from. These are my theory website reference pages here. All right. So better up. Create personal professional transformation through expert life coaching. If you're looking for a life coach, www.betterup.com. I'm not being sponsored. I don't get anything from this. I believe in helping one another, help us be the best versions that we can be. Next thing is Atta Plus community, empowering adults with ADD, ADHD, ODD, and OCD to live their best lives. A different brain requires a different approach. www.attapluscommunity.com. All right, the next thing is BetterHelp. So if you want a safe space to speak with a licensed professional online counselor, BetterHelp offers affordable counseling sessions for individuals, couples, and for their families. www.betterhelp.com. Next one is 988 crisis helpline. It says help is available. So if you know someone that needs to connect with trusted people who are struggling, it is okay to share the feelings. The 988 Lifeline provides 24/7 free and confidential support for people who are in distress, prevention and crisis resources for them or for their loved ones, and best practices for professionals in the United States. 988 Crisis Helpline. You could just dial 988 on your phone, on your laptop, on your tablet. 988. They're there to help. those that may be feeling a little distressed and down. Learning RX. I love Learning RX. Thousands of adults or thousands of children down through the years have strengthened their skills, their brain skills, brain training, their memory, their focus. All of this have been strengthened through Learning RX. They said between 2010 and 2021. More than 2,622 adults graduated from Learning RX programs. The average graduate improved their IQ by at least 13 points. That is awesome. So during this period, they made significant gains in skills like their working memory, their long-term memory, and their attention. Learning RX have been around for a very long time, and I highly recommend Learning RX, www.learningrx.com, which is adult and children brain training. Hey, Candace. Hey, guys. So good to see y'all. All right. So if there's a past Counsel of the Day with Shanrae series that you may have missed or you just want to rewatch, okay, go to my YouTube channel at Shanrae Price. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications, and then select any past series that you would like to watch. Also, if you're interested in professional one-on-one counseling services with me, I'm a degree counselor. You feel free to contact me via my Facebook Messenger at Shanrae Owens, or you can go to any of my other Shanrae Price pages and inbox me. Or you can do the old school and you can just email me at shanrae.price@gmail.com. I am a lifestyle strategist, and my aim is to aid you in your life's goals and your life's dreams. This has been Week 1, Part 1 of Counsel of the Day with Shanrae. The topic this month is ODD, or otherwise known as I'm so tired, y'all. I'm so tired. Excuse me. I need to go to bed. It's Oppositional Defiant Disorder. I'm sorry. I've been up since 5 this morning, y'all. Okay. So Oppositional Defiant Disorder. Okay. And so I will be back Thursday night for Part 2, 9 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Hopefully I will have Pastor Kibwe Owens on to give an inspirational moment for with us closing out. But I will see y'all Thursday night. Please charge it to my head, not my heart, guys. I'm so tired. Been up since 5 a.m. All right. ODD, Oppositional Defiant Disorder. That's what we're talking about on this month. We're going to delve more into it on Tuesdays and Thursday night from 9 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all have a good night. See you Thursday night. Bye-bye.